Good day, everyone. My name is Joyce, and in this lesson, we're going to talk about new line and end lines. Okay, so how to concatenate strings and then integers. That is only basics, but we are not talking about the deep um, um, function or method for converting values. I just wanted to show you how to concatenate those different types of data types, right? So let's talk about new line and end line. So I want to print something in here. So my breakfast is um, bacon and ham. Okay, so I wanted to print this line of code first. So let's see. Okay, so my breakfast is bacon and ham. What if I want to um make this use an end line? So we can use an end line here just to say that, hey, C++, this program is, I wanted to print this line of code here or text here, and I wanted to end it there. So we can use this end line here. Okay, so that once we print again another uh, output, for example, is my dinner is like chicken, roasted chicken. Okay, so if we want to print this out, we are going to show two different lines of text. First is my breakfast is bacon and ham, and my dinner is roasted chicken. So what if um we are not going to have an endline here? So what will happen? So let's try to show it. So the text will be concatenate, or there is no next line or end line there. Okay, so it will print the two programs or output in our code will print out in the same line. Okay, if we do not add an end line here. Okay, so if we want to have an end line, therefore, uh, the another text will printed at the next line, right? So if we add the end line here, the next output will show below. And there's another way of using an end line or new line. We can use backslash and then end. So let's try this one. So as you can see still, the printed output below in here. So the printed output is below in here. The thing is, there is a space in here. So I think we do not need to add another space here. And then if you run this one, okay, there you go. So it will printed at the same starting point. So meaning this new line is another line or end line. It's just that you can add, if we have spaces here, or if we have a space in here, and then we add another comments in here with like rights, for example. So what will be the output? So I think the with rice will go down in here with my dinner is roasted chicken. At the same line with my chicken, my dinner is roasted chicken. Because you created another line right after this, my breakfast are bacon and ham. And then right after that, you created another line and print out this with rice. Okay, and then we do not have any end line here. Therefore, the next output will show us one line right after the next line created right after this with rice. Okay, and that is the difference between new line and end line. All right. What if I want to use these different types of variables and I wanted to show those different values in the same line. So let's try this out. For example, I want to show that my name, my name is, let's call the variable f name. So let's print this out, right? So as you can see, the strings that we created inside this character output is my name is, and then we add the value of f name, which is Anna, right after what we have typed in here. So my name is Anna. So we use a plus sign to add the specific text inside this character output and then what we have inside this variable. All right. How about if I want to add age? So for example, uh, let's try this one. And I think we need to add some spaces here. And my age is, let's try this one. If it will still run, so okay. So my name is Anna and my age is. What about I wanted to add an age? Excuse me for that. So we can get an error. So error, no match for operation plus, because this plus sign is for arithmetic operations. As we move for another videos, we are going to talk about arithmetic operators. But for now, I will give you a brief explanation why we have an error for this one. Because this is a string or multiple types of text and characters, and you cannot add characters and integer, or you cannot add a string because it has double quotation. This means it is a string. You cannot add string to a number, all right? Because this one is a plus sign, meaning you are going to add something to this specific value. You can only add values with the same data types, for example. So let's try this one. So I will give you an example how to use add. Okay. For example, we need to have an int num1 is equals to 4 and num2 is equals to 3, right? So what if I wanted to add? You can use plus sign for these both numbers because they are declared as integer. All right. So you are confused. What if this one is also the same as this one? It's just that we use comma to separate the variables with different values. But still, you can use this one. Besides, they have the same data type, so why not make it in the same line, right? So in here, we can output the value that is, which is we use the plus sign. So we wanted to add the num1 plus num2, and let's try to find out what will happen. So the program will give the value of 7, right? So because 4 plus 3 is equals to 7, that is why it printed out the 7, right? But if you are going to like add numbers to a letters or characters or strings, like for this one, let's try this one. If this one will runs out the program, it will give you a value of 0. It only gives you the last letter that you have in that specific output. Okay, and again, you cannot add strings and numbers. So that is why, although there's an output that gives you a value of 0 or letter O, it is not necessary to create a plus sign between numbers and strings, right? So you can add strings and the variable that consists also a string. Okay, so you can add hello, this is a string. You can add another string from that specific type text. So you can say, hello, Anna. right? Because this is a string and this is a string, and then you can add those variables and then characters in the same line. But you cannot add numbers and strings. That is what I'm pointing about, right? So you cannot add those my age is and this age which consists of number. I You are not allowing to add strings and numbers. So as we move on to the next video or future videos, I will talk all about how you convert those numbers into strings and specific numbers into a character, something like that. So for this video, that is an example of concatenation. You can concatenate or create, uh, combine the text and variables with string values at the same time because they are both strings, right? This is strings because it consists of multiple characters and using double quotation, as you remember for the first for the last video we talk about strings, and this value also stores or have a string values. Therefore, you can concatenate or make this as a sentence. Okay, so let's try this one again. And then there you go. Oh, let's comment this out. And then there you go. My name is Anna. And if you want to add another line for this one, you can output another one. You can say, and my age is, you can add this here. And my age is, you can print the age in below, right? There you go. So let's delete this one for you not to be able to be confused. Okay, so the first line is we wanted to print out that my name is, then F name, which is consists of Anna. Therefore, my name is Anna, and my age is. So you did not add any like this one forward slash n or end line, okay, or end line. Therefore, this text, this age will printed out right after this line. Okay, so it means these two outputs will printed in the same line. So let's try to run it. Oh, sorry for that. Okay, so let's try this out. So there you go. So let's have a space in here so that the 45 is not right after S, right? So my name is Anna, and then you have a space here, therefore you have a space here. And my age is 45. Okay, so you have a space in here, therefore right after Anna, you created a space in here, and then and my age is, and there is no next line or end line indicated right after this line of code, line number 15. Therefore, right after this line, you added the value of 45 from a variable of age. Therefore, it printed the number of 45. All right. So that is the difference when we use like, uh, for example, my name is Anna, and then you created a new line in here. Therefore, it will go this line, this certain words like and my age is will go right after this one or before this one, before the age. So as you can see, therefore, my name is and then new line, created a new line, and my age is 45. And then if you and use another line in here or use end line in here, you created another line for this age. So you have three lines. So first line is my name is Anna, my name is Anna, and then you created a new line. and then it print out the and my age is. Then right after this one, you created an end line. Therefore, the program will create another line for you again, and then it print out the age, which is 45. So that is how you use next line and end line. Okay. And that is how you concatenate words or created text and then the value which consists of strings also. But remember, you cannot concatenate or add strings and numbers or characters and numbers or float characters and numbers. You cannot add those different types of data types in a single line. Okay. So there you go, and that is of all for this video. For the next lesson, I will teach you the arithmetic operators, the different arithmetic operators like plus, subtraction, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and then modulo, and how you add different values into different data types. So that would be all, and thank you, and have a nice day.